8 amazing day tours you can do from Munich. Inspiring ideas for your holiday with famous sites and hidden gems off the beaten track. Enjoy the film and find more details on munichdriverguide.com. Neuschwanstein Castle is probably the most famous site in Germany, and in the immediate vicinity you'll find much more to see. Don't miss one of Germany's UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the pilgrimage church Wieskirche, on your outward journey. It will be a big surprise to find one of the main works of Bavarian Rococo here in the middle of the countryside. Half an hour later, Neuschwanstein Castle awaits you, built by King Ludwig II around 150 years ago. Immerse yourself in the dream world of Ludwig, who tried here to slip into the role of a medieval king. 1.5 million visitors a year make the castle a highly frequented location, so make sure you organize your tickets as early as possible and leave Munich by 9 at the latest. A scenic way back to the parking lot is the way through the Gorge. Less tourists, but magnificent views of Mary's Bridge, waterfalls and rock faces. And in case you couldn't get tickets for Neuschwanstein anymore, just enjoy it from the outside and visit Hohenschwangau Castle instead, commissioned by Ludwig's father as a summer residence for the royal family. You'd like to discover more? Then continue your journey via scenic Plansee to Oberammergau and Linderhof Palace. Here in Linderhof you can immerse yourself in the dream world of King Ludwig again, be it in the palace, where he created a Baroque backdrop dedicated to the French Sun King Louis XIV, or in the palace park with its hidden surprises like the Moorish kiosk, an illusion of 1001 Nights. A piece of Bavaria straight out of a picture book awaits you in Oberammergau, world famous for the Passion Play. The house facades painted with colorful frescoes and the local wood carving trade make the charming village a worthwhile destination. And just around the corner, fun and action await you with the Alpine coaster. Whiz down to the valley at up to 25 miles per hour. Just 80 miles northeast of Munich, you'll find the historic old town of Regensburg. In 2006 it was awarded the title World Heritage Site, as Regensburg survived World War II almost unscathed, and about 1,000 individual monuments in the historic old town still bear witness to Regensburg's glorious history. One of the city's landmarks is the Stone Bridge, that was considered the 8th wonder of the world at the time it was built in the Middle Ages. In the historic sausage kitchen at the end of the bridge you can get probably the best bratwurst worldwide. Since centuries, much has remained the same. The homemade sausages are still grilled over an open charcoal fire, and even the sauerkraut and mustard are homemade according to historical recipes. St. Peter's Cathedral is the second landmark of Regensburg, expression of wealth in the Middle Ages, but still today a superlative building, with one of Germany's largest stocks of medieval stained glass windows, the world's largest freely suspended organ, and the oldest boys' choir in the world, the Regensburger Domspatzen. The unique ambience of Regensburg is shaped by historical buildings from different centuries. The best way to explore the city is by taking a walk and a boat trip on the Danube, which will show you the city from 2 different perspectives. And also the surrounding countryside has a lot to offer. For instance, the Walhalla, a major national monument surprising with its Greek architecture on the top of a Bavarian hillside. Busts of important German personalities such as Goethe, Einstein or Beethoven, await you inside. And outside, you can let yourself be overwhelmed by a breathtaking view of the Danube river landscape. The boat trip on one of the most scenic sections of the Danube connects two more unique worth-seeing locations. The Hall of Liberation in Kelheim, built as a memorial to the battles against Napoleon. Inside, the round hall impresses with its marble goddesses of victory. And the ascent to the roof rewards with a fantastic view of the surrounding area. Just as impressive is the Benedictine Abbey of Weltenburg. Enjoy Baroque architecture in the midst of a dreamlike landscape and don't miss one of the famous beers brewed here in the Abbey. How about a trip to the Bavarian Alps? The Zugspitze and Garmisch are more or less on Munich's doorstep. A world record cable car will take you to the summit of Germany's highest mountain on an altitude of almost 10,000 feet. Breathtaking views of 400 alpine peaks in 4 different countries await you here. Enjoy a sleigh ride on the glacier even in summertime, or lunch with the panorama of the Alps as backdrop. A varied trip back is the ride on the cogwheel train, which 90 years ago connected Garmisch with the Zugspitze as a technical masterpiece. Neighboring Garmisch combines the idyll of an alpine village with the flair of an international ski resort. Fresco-painted facades, local shops and an Olympic ski jump await you here. In direct vicinity, you'll find one of Germany's most impressive natural monuments, the gorge Partnach Klamm, with rugged cliffs and a thunderous mountain stream fed by the meltwater of the Zugspitze glacier. Want some exercise? Then continue your visit to the Partnach Gorge with an easy hike and enjoy Bavarian cuisine in a picturesque setting. And just in case the Zugspitze wasn't high enough for you, walk on Highline 179 over the world's longest pedestrian suspension bridge and visit the medieval ruins of Ehrenberg Castle. A trip to Rothenburg on the romantic road is like a journey back in time. Make a stop halfway and visit one of the best preserved castles in southern Germany, Harburg Castle. Here you can stretch your feet in the courtyard or get to know the interior of the castle and its history on a guided tour. Another highlight on the way to Rothenburg is the historic old town of Dinkelsbühl. Countless half-timbered houses and cobbled streets await you within the medieval city walls, carefully watched by the Dinkelsbühl storks. The historic old town of Rothenburg is one of the most famous parts of the romantic road. Let yourself be enchanted by the pictorial atmosphere created by fountains and narrow streets. Or enjoy the view over the roofs of the city, either from the tower of the town hall or the walk-on battlement of the city wall. Various museums tell about life in the past. The Medieval Crime Museum about justice and punishment in the Middle Ages. Or the Old Craftsman's House about simple life in former centuries. The UNESCO World Heritage Site Salzburg, with its historic old town, is only an hour-and-a-half drive from Munich. There is a lot to discover. Stroll through the picturesque alleys with their wrought iron symbols. or visit the birthplace of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and snack on the Mozartkugel, named after the world-famous composer. One of the largest fortifications in Europe, the Salzburg fortress, towers over the old town with a fantastic view of the Salzburg region. And fans of the musical The Sound of Music will find many places that are best known to them from the world-famous film. Under no circumstances miss a must-see just outside the city, Hellbrunn Palace and its unique trick fountains. A visit to Salzburg can be combined easily with other top sites. On the drive to Salzburg, you will pass the Chiemsee, one of the largest lakes in Germany. Here King Ludwig II built his Bavarian Versailles. It was his most expensive building project, more expensive than Neuschwanstein Castle and Linderhof Palace combined. The Chiemsee also offers enough opportunities to spend a whole day there. Take a tour with one of the excursion boats and visit the picturesque Fraueninsel, or rent a boat and enjoy the alpine panorama as your own captain. Another great combination possibility for your trip to Salzburg or Lake Chiemsee is the Kehlstein House, also known as the Eagle's Nest. The area here developed from a resort for Adolf Hitler to the second seat of government of the Nazis besides Berlin. In addition to fantastic views of the surrounding mountains, you can learn more about the history of the Third Reich and the role of the Obersalzberg in the local documentation center. A particularly impressive part of the exhibition is the underground bunker system, which was built as subterranean Führer headquarters. It served no military purpose. The alleged Alpine fortress was only a legend of the last months of the war. Nearby Berchtesgaden, with its picturesque old town, invites you to take a stroll or to enjoy lunch with Bavarian cuisine. Not far away you'll find Lake Königssee, which is rightly considered one of the most beautiful lakes in the Bavarian Alps. For over 100 years, visitors have been gliding silently over the emerald green water in electric boats and enjoying the fantastic views of the surrounding mountains and a world-famous echo. An exciting experience, especially for children, is the Berchtesgaden salt mine. Like the real miners, visitors take the mine train into the interior of the mountain and slide down wooden slides to the lowest point of the tour, where amongst other things, a ride on a wooden raft across the salt lake awaits them. Last but not least, Nuremberg is an ideal destination for a day trip from Munich. Only an hour and a half drive, you will encounter two periods of German history. Medieval Nuremberg, with its countless half-timbered houses, cobbled streets, and numerous romantic corners that invite you to linger. Discover a total different world underground when you visit the dark world of medieval dungeons, or the unique underground rock-cut cellars built in the Middle Ages for beer storage and used as air raid shelters during World War II. Above all, Nuremberg Castle, the city's landmark, with a fantastic view over the roofs of the old town. And Nuremberg also has something special to offer in culinary terms. Don't miss the unique Nuremberg sausages and taste the original Nuremberg gingerbread, not only yummy during the Christmas market. But Nuremberg is not only the Middle Ages. The city also played a crucial role in the darkest chapter of German history, the Third Reich. The Nazi Party rallies took place here, and the former rally grounds and buildings are still stone witnesses to this time. The documentation center in the unfinished Congress Hall clearly tells of this terrible time and the role that Nuremberg played in it. I'd be happy if the film gave you ideas and inspiration for your stay in Munich. More information about the various tours you can find on munichDriverGuide.com. And of course, you can book all the tours as your private and individual day trip.